Goddesses, welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, my name is Shaquita. I am the CEO and founder of Royal Goddess Beauty. I am so happy and delighted that you guys has tuned in today to get some of these gems that I would like to drop on you to help you on your healthy hair journey. Oh, that's a tongue twister for me. I always have to get that together. On your healthy hair journey, okay? So as you guys can see what the title of this video is, I'm going to be laying out 5 keys, okay, for you to grow your hair out, because I know some of y'all have been on a journey for quite some time and you just don't seem to get it and understand what it is that you really need to do. And it's quite simple. I promise you, it's quite simple. Growing your hair is very overrated. Very overrated. So if this is a video that you guys will be interested in, just stick around to the end and let me give you some of these gems. So let's just jump right off into the video. Key number 1, manipulation and over manipulation. What does that mean, Royal Goddess? Manipulation, over manipulation. They're one and the same. No, there's a difference. There's a difference. Okay, manipulation just basically means that, okay, you get your hair done quite often. You go to the hairdresser, to the salon, what have you, weekly, bi-weekly, okay? You may get your braids done every so many months. You may get your sew-ins done every so many months, da-da-da-da. Your hair needs time to rest, people. It needs time to rest. Just because you go to the salon all the time does not mean you're doing your hair a great service. You're not. You're doing it a disservice. What does over manipulation mean? Okay, the over manipulation is, you know, you just received the relaxer, but you go and get braids. Your hair is still weak from the chemical. You're going to put tension on it. Okay, let's just say that you got it relaxed and you colored it. Now you're going to get a sew-in? No, you can't do that. That's over manipulating the hair. Please, 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 please understand that hair needs time to breathe. Hair needs time to rest. If you are a wig wearer or sew-in wearer, you need to understand that hair needs oxygen to grow. Hair needs oxygen, okay? It needs oxygen to grow. You cannot smother your hair all the time and expect for it to grow. Yes, it's in a rested state, but it still needs to breathe. Okay, it still needs to breathe. My press lovers, you cannot put heat in your hair all the time and expect for it to grow. No, it does not work that way, you guys. Okay, so let's move on to key number 2 is stay away from heat. Just pretty much say that. Stay away from heat. If you have a silk, if your hair is natural and you're a curly girl, I know we get tired of the wash and go regimens and the twist outs and the braid outs, and we want to look like this sometime. Yes, it is possible, depending on how often that you're doing it. I rarely wear my hair like this. Very rarely. I only pretty much wear my hair like this when it's maintenance time, when it's time for a trim, when it's time for, you know, to get some real maintenance work done on it. So stand away from heat. Even my relaxed women, okay? You still have to flat iron your hair. My hair's relaxed, so I can keep my hair straight longer. Yeah, but you still have to flat iron it. Unless you're doing the old school wrap with the mousse. When your hair is wet and you put the mousse in it and just wrap it around and allow it to dry. Yeah, and that's air dry. Okay, it could be done. It could be done. It could be done. But if you're constantly flat ironing your hair, because I got a relaxer, so I'm going to flat iron my hair, and mine's is not going to be as damaging. Yes, it will. Because flat irons can damage your hair as well. Also, if you are a roller set wearer and you like flexi rods and your spiral curls, sitting underneath the dryer for a long period of time can be damaging as well, depending on how often you're doing it. So stay away from heat as much as possible. And I'll have another video that I will put out for some recommendations and stuff. So it will be a related video to this one. You know, some things that you can do to to avoid heat and some protective styles and stuff that you can use, okay? But right now, today, we are just really focusing on the 5 keys to healthy long hair and how to grow your hair to, you know, brow length, waist length, whatever your goal is, okay? So let's move on to key number 3. Tie your hair up at night. I know there's this myth. There is this myth. Me and my tongue. There's this myth that everybody say tie your hair up with a silk scarf. Tie your hair with a silk scarf, because if you use a cotton scarf, it'll dry your hair out. And that is true. That is true to a certain extent. But let me just tell you why I say I don't care what you use. I do not care if you use a curtain panel. I don't care if you go and cut up a oversized t-shirt. I do not care if you use a sheet. Tie your hair up. Do not allow your hair to create friction at nighttime when you sleep. The tossing and the turning that we do at nighttime when we sleep causes friction, okay? So tying your hair up is very important. Tucking these ends away is very important. And you putting a satin bonnet on top of your hair and it's still not tied down underneath the satin bonnet is not giving you no service of wearing it, okay? Because your hair is still loose under there and it's still moving all around as you move all around. Even when wearing a bonnet, you still have to tie your hair down first, then apply your bonnet. The reason why I say it does not matter what you tie it up with, because everybody have this myth with the silk scarf and the silk scarf and the silk scarf. If your hair is in a slick state, such as like mine's right now, as you see, and if I was to try to tie my hair up with a silk scarf, I would have been woken up out of my sleep several times throughout the night. Several times throughout the night, because that scarf is going to keep sliding off, okay? So that's why I say tie it up with whatever. Give it some type of grip, something that will hold on to it throughout the night, okay? And I'm going to get to another key factor, you know, with it doesn't matter what you use, all right? And I'm going to get to that one next. But as of now, tie your hair up and do not go to sleep on your hair under no circumstances. I don't care if it's in a messy bun. I don't care if you have 2 Indian plaits. I don't care if you have 1 braid. Tie your hair up. Take that hair, that braid, that whatever you have at the time, and tie it up. You know how they say ain't your mama style? Tie your hair up ain't your mama style with whatever. Because the least thing, the most important thing that you want to do is, like I said, keep it protected and so it won't move throughout the night to avoid the friction. That's the importance of tying your hair up, okay? Number 4, related to tying your hair up and why I say it doesn't matter what you use is because if you're keeping your hair moisturized, because that's key number 4, keeping your hair moisturized at all times. If you're constantly keeping and consistently, if you're constantly and consistently keeping your hair moisturized, then it doesn't matter what you tie it up with. But moisturizing your hair, moisturizing your hair is important. It is very important, very important, very important. Oils are not moisturizers. I have a video on my page where I go into complete depth about the difference between oils and moisturizers. Oils are not moisturizers, babies. They're not. Oils can be moisturizing, but they are not moisturizers, okay? Let's just say that my hair is in a dry state that it is in now, and I feel that my hair needs some moisture added to it. If I am not wetting my hair with warm water to allow the shaft and the follicles to open up, I would not be using oils, because that's when oils are best to be used, when the hair is in a wet state from warm water, the follicles and the shaft is open, allowing that product to get in and penetrate so it could do its job. But if you're not planning on wetting your hair and your hair is in a dry state, then I say creams and butters are your go-tos, okay? Creams and butters are your go-tos. So with that being said, moisturizing your hair is very imperative, and especially moisturizing the bottom parts of your hair, okay? Because the ends can get very dry, they can get brittle, and that will cause extreme breakage or splitting, okay? What will lead me to key number 5. Key number 5, the biggest. I'm going to say all of them are important, but this one right here, to me, outside of keeping it moisturized, is keeping your ends clipped on a regular basis. I know that some of y'all do not like cutting your hair. I know a lot of y'all don't do scissors. You got 5 strings on your head and refuse to cut them. Don't do that. Let me give you a good illustration of keeping your ends clipped. Let me just give you a good illustration. You know, when you first mow your lawn and then you go outside and it done rain, and then 2 days later you be like, what? The grass done grew back already. I gotta get the grass cut again? We just got the grass cut and it done grew back that fast. That's the same way with your hair. Because you know why that grass grew back so fast? You done cut away all the dead grass. You done cut away all the dead roots, all the dead weeds. You done got rid of all the dead. That's why it grew back so fast. Same way with your hair. When you're cutting your ends, and I'ma say about a inch, half an inch to an inch every 4 to 6 months, if you are doing that on a regular basis, then you do not have to worry about getting 4 and 5 inches cut off at a time. You wouldn't have to worry about going through that. Because some of y'all, that's too overwhelming for y'all. And if you cannot handle getting your hair cut to that extreme, 4 to 5 inches at a time, then I recommend doing a cut grow system. What does that mean, Royal Goddess? That just simply means taking some off little at a time. Cut some, allow it to grow out. Cut some more, allow it to grow out. Cut some more, allow it to grow out. That's the cut grow system, okay? That's for those people who is too overwhelmed with getting their hair cut 4 and 5 inches at a time. But like I said, if you are moisturizing your ends on a regular, if you are tying your hair up at nighttime, avoiding heat at all costs, as often as possible. If you are doing these key things, then you do not have to worry about getting your hair cut as often. Because let me tell you this, and why it's important to do it on a regular basis. Because if those ends are dead, they're going to fall anyway. They're going to fall off anyway. They're dead. You want to stay in control of what goes and what stays. You're in control of what goes and what stays, okay? So that way, if you keep it done on a regular, like I said, you don't have to worry about getting 4 and 5 inches cut off at a time. Because if it's dead, it's going to fall regardless. It's going to fall regardless. So that's why I feel it's important to do all these 5 keys, you guys. And I promise you, if you was to do this on a consistent basis, you will be on your way to a healthy and wonderful hair journey. I hope this video was informative, and I'll be looking forward to dropping some more gems, y'all. Y'all stay tuned now. And look, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If there's any type of questions that you would like to ask Royal Goddess out of the 30 years experience that I have, feel free to leave a comment at the bottom, and I will get to you as soon as possible, and I will answer any questions that you guys have, okay? Until next time, I hope this video was informative, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Lay you down, make you fall in love. All the freaky things that I can do.